Hey everybody, it's Tracy at Bailey's. I am gearing up for Christmas in July, and today we're going to do decoupage this paper by Paper Designs. It's beautiful. I love it. It was very popular last year. It's Christmas 0359. This vintage looking Santa is spectacular. And we are going to put him right on this glass of this frame. And this is what the frame looked like. I picked these up on a clearance somewhere in a store. I have this painted and it's over drying. You'll see it at the end. But we're going to put this paper right on this glass. And then we'll get started. We're going to put some stencils on there. Okay, first thing that we need to do is take the border off. I'm just going to use a round paintbrush and some water. And I'm just going along the edge. And we're going to tear that white paper right off of there. And I think I'm going to curve the edges a little bit here at around the corners. Anybody else gearing up for Christmas in July? I love Christmas decorations and making things for Christmas and all the stuff. So I'm enjoying this. Alright, I've got the edging off. Now what I'm going to do is just take a clean paper towel and wipe my glass off a little bit. I've already taken some alcohol to it and cleaned it, but we're going to cover it up with paint and decoupage, so it doesn't need to be real clean. And I'm sorry, I thought I was prepared and I forgot to get my paint out. So what I'm gonna do is right where the image is gonna go, I'm going to put white paint. And I forgot to take my corners off. And I kind of want them right in the center. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use it as a guide. And I'm just going to start painting. And what this does is make your image pop, that's all. So it doesn't have to be perfect at all. I just want some on there. And then I'm going to dry it. If you haven't been on my website, hop on and subscribe. It's Baylees, BAYLEESFB.com. And subscribe. I'm going to be sending out coupon codes for the whole month of July for decoupage papers and things like that. I'm just going to put a little bit more on here. I'll put the website address in the comments as well. I send out monthly newsletters for sales, new items, things like that. Okay, and while that's getting a quick dry, I am going to go ahead and we're going to paint the outer edge this gold. I just picked it up at Hobby Lobby. Excuse me. And I don't want it on real thick. I'm just trying to get a shimmer going. I'm going to give this a quick dry and then put a little bit more on. And then we'll put our paper down. Just going to put a little bit more. All right. Now I'm going to give this a quick dry and then we'll get our paper attached. Alright, I think that's will be dry enough for us to do what we need to do. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to attach our paper, and we're going to use the Pentart Decoupage varnish and glue all in one. And I'm just going to put it down. And you want to put it generously, but not like you don't want it gobby. And then put it down. I just want to make sure I have it everywhere. And then we'll give this a dry. And this is a heat gun I'm using. I just got off of Amazon. And I love it. It's like my favorite tool. A hairdryer will work too. And I didn't quite go over far enough with the gold, but that's okay. We'll blend it in later. Alright, that's dry enough. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put some stencils on. And I just have some snowflake stencils here. And we're just going to find some various places to put them. I'm just laying it down, and what I'm going to do is I'm using the deluxe paste from Pentart. This is also on my website. It's a thick paste, and I'm just putting it on with a trowel. And you just kind of put it on. Lift up. Be careful, don't put it where you don't want it. And it can be messy. And I would do this a little differently if I wasn't recording, but I'm going to switch them up. And you just put them wherever you want them. And this gives you like a raised stencil effect. And you can add more later if you decide that you want more. Alright. That's all I'm going to do for right now. Like I said, we can add more later. And this stuff doesn't take very long to dry at all. Okay. So now I have snow paste, and it comes in a pen form and a jar. And I'm going to use the pen form. And I'm going to do his beard. And I am just going to unclog it first, I guess. Sorry about that. One thing about my videos, I don't edit them, and they are raw. So what you're seeing is exactly how it happened. So I'm just using my pen to do his beard and his hair. And this dries puffy, so it's like a 3D effect. I don't know if you can see that. And I'm trying not to get my hand in the snowflakes until they dry. Okay, see that there? So now I'm going to do all of the white on his pants and his coat and his hat. And like I said, this dries in a 3D effect. And you can put as much or as little on as you want. All right. And I am going to do, I don't know if you can see the little like white dots on the page. I'm going to do those as well. Not all of them, just the bigger ones. Just a few sporadic here and there. Okay. Now, I don't know if you can see the bulbs that are in here. There's a few red bulbs. We are going to use the red glitter pen by Pentart for that. And these are pretty self-leveling. So once you put it on, you want to leave your project flat until it starts to set up and dry. Otherwise, the gravity will take course. I learned that the hard way. Alright. I'll show you what that looks like. Okay. So now, this is starting to dry. So now I'm going to use my red contour liner by Pentart. And I'm going to outline a few of these poinsettias. And that's probably clogged too. I'm just putting a little bit on. And I'm not going to do all of them. Okay. Now I'm going to use my antique copper contour liner. I'm just going to bring this over here. And all I'm doing is to unclog it as I have a wire here. I'm just sticking down the nozzle. And what I'm going to do here is just highlight my book pages a little bit, just to give them a shimmer. This is metallic. And the belt buckle. Okay. And let's do a little bit of this. All right. I think that's still a little bit gooey. I'm going to give this a quick dry and see if I can get some of this dried a little bit more. Alright, so what I think I'm going to do, and I just had this idea just now, is I'm going to mix a little bit of paints. I'm going to mix a little bit of the white paint and a little bit of that gold. Because I don't want it white and I don't want it real dark gold for what we're going to do next. So this is what I come up with. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna start, I'm not gonna use this brush. I'm gonna use a different brush. I'm gonna use an actual pouncer. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take it in the paint and just start pouncing it on. And I'm gonna go right over top of the snowflakes. And I'm going right to the edge of my paper. And I'm not doing it real thick, so that some places the gold that we painted is going to shine through. And I'm just going to turn this around. And I'm not being extremely neat about it either. All right, we're gonna give this a quick dry. Okay, I'm just gonna go over it in a couple places. Because we're gonna kind of cover this up too. So. All right. Now the snow paste that I use is not glittery, but we can put some glitter on there and we'll do that later. I just notice that. Okay, so what's next? I'm going to use some of the snow paste. And this is what it looks like out of the jar. It's thick. And we're just going to kind of scrape it on here in a couple places. And I'm scraping up my paint off the glass too, which I didn't want to do, but we can cover that up. We'll hide that at the end. And you're just gonna see a hint. Yeah, see, this tool is not working out. I'm trying not to cover up all of our snowflakes. My jar is almost gone. This is amazing stuff if you want to put like snow on rooftops and things like that. It's nice stuff. And it's a tiny bit different texture coming out of the pen than it is. It's the same stuff, but the way it's dispensed makes it a little bit different texture. Alright, so I didn't cover up all of the snowflakes, and we're going to highlight those later so you'll be able to see them better. But I'm going to use my bronze now, or actually I'm going to use the gold glitter pen. After I unclog it. And I'm just going to put a dab in the center of my poinsettia. And where else can we put it? Let's see. I'm just going to outline this little package here. These pens are nice because you can put it exactly where you want it. Alright. And I think we'll put a little up here where these squiggly lines are. And this just gives it that little bit of extra 3D effect. I'm going to put some in the middle of this poinsettia as well. And let's see. Let's do the ornament. Okay. And we're going to put a little bit of glitter stuff on his beard, just a little bit of a shimmer. And I have iridescent glitter for that. And how I'm going to apply it is I'm going to put a little glue, the varnish glue, on a brush. Just a little bit. And I'm just going to give him a little coating. And then sprinkle it on. All right. Then I am going to take my gold wax paste. The stuff is Magic in a Jar from Pentart. And I'm going to put a little on the brush. This is oil base and it dries pretty much on contact. And I'm just going to go ahead and rub it a little bit on my snowflakes, the ones that are still exposed. And I'm not getting them perfect. Just kind of rubbing it a little bit. Just enough to let you notice that they're there. And because they're raised, this stuff is gliding over the top of them. And I'm not pressing real hard. And this snow dries pretty fast too. And we can actually put a little bit more snowflakes on. And I'm actually going to use the gold wax paste to do this. I'm just putting little stars in various places where there's a couple little holes. Alright, we are almost done. Okay, can you see where the glitter is on his beard and all the white on him? It just gives it a little bit of a shimmer. Now, You can add more detail if you want to. There's lots of more places that you could do that, but I think I'm going to be done with that. And I think he's done. Now, what I would do next is, and I can't until it's dry, flip this over on the back and paint the back of it white. And that way, you can see this right here, see where the paint came off? You won't notice that because the back of it will be white. But you can't do that. I can't do that until this is completely dry so I can flip it over. But I am going to show you the frame that we're going to put it in. So I spray painted it this color, and then I'm going to use the gold wax paste to enhance the details on here. And I'm just going to go around and I'm going to go around the inside. And I'm just going in just various places, no rhyme or reason really. You can also use your finger. I use my finger a lot. And this is metallic, so it gives it a shimmer. And we're going to put it on here just so you can see it. I have to glue the thing, but I'm still going to put it on here so you can see it. And there we have it. He's gorgeous. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped you. And like I said, subscribe on my website for coupon codes that are going to be coming out for Christmas in July. Thanks for watching.